In this video, we're going to teach you how to install a frost-free water hydrant. That way you can water your livestock throughout the winter. You have water on tap in your barnyard. We're going to show you how to put one in the right way in this video. We're in the corner of our barn's walkway here. This is an area where people come, but most of our livestock don't. We picked a really good spot to put a frost-free hydrant. This will allow us to have water right here on tap all winter long. All we have to do is lift a handle, water comes pouring out of the thing right here. We can fill the chicken waterers, fill the cow waterers, whatever we need to do. Lower the handle, the water turns off, and it drains back down into the ground where it doesn't freeze. These are really helpful. They make homestead life in the winter so much better. We're going to show you how to put one in. The first step is you need to dig yourself a hole that's usually around 4 feet deep.
To get water to your frost-free hydrant, you have to run a well line. We actually already showed digging of a well line in a previous video. This video is one in a series of many improvements we've done to our homestead. But just a note, make sure your well line is underneath your frost level. For some people, that's as deep as 4 feet in the ground. You got to dig that hole, you got to put your line out. And if you want tips on how to dig a well water line, check out this video.
We're setting up our frost-free hydrant. Down at the bottom of your hydrant, the model that we bought did not come with any of the things you need to run at the bottom to hook up your pipe or anything. So we ran to the plumbing supply store, got a hard 90. We got some barb fittings and screw-in fittings. So we're going to put all that on. Basically, at the bottom of your frost-free hydrant, you either want to be putting a 90 or a T if you're running to another one later down the line.
I'm just wrapping this with Teflon tape right now. The old days we used to use pipe dope.
So we're going to throw the 90 on now.
Now I want to clock this because we need this to come this way and we need the head of this to be which direction. So as I start to tighten this,
yeah,
we got to figure out.
Go ahead and tell them that's a good tip.
That's a good tip. To think about where your spigot's going to be. It's going to be in the opposite direction of the way we probably want this here. So we're gonna, before I get too tight here, we're gonna figure that out. Tighten it up that nipple the rest of the way. All right.
That looks great.
All right.
Now it's time to do these two guys.
Now we got the...
To attach to the well line that's coming out of our well house there, you're going to need to use a barb fitting. Our 90 was a threaded 90, so we're going to screw this part into the 90, and this barb part goes into our well line.
A little more tape on it. All right. Big, strong.
Yeah, I think it's ripped.
That's pretty good.
Great.
That's not going to go anywhere.
Now we're going to do the weep hole. On these hydrants, there's a spot right here. That's a weep hole. When the hydrant is turned off, all the water that is up in it has to come back out of this hole. So make sure out of your weep hole you run some little line which will be lower, creating kind of like a siphon to pull it. In our instance, we're using just a little piece of copper tubing.
And I don't remember, did this come with it?
No. We got this stuff all at the plumbing supply.
We went to the plumbing supply and the guy knew what we needed because he was an old timer in the trade. So we were in and out of there quickly.
I really suggest if you're doing any of this farmyard stuff with any of this kind of thing, go to a plumbing supply store. You'd take hours at, a big box trying to find stuff.
Yeah. Well, we covered the whole thing with stone. Again, this doesn't have to be tight because we want it to leak. Set this whole thing on a flat block and then put more gravel. All right, so when you set the bottom of the hydrant in the ground, you're going to dig down a little bit deeper than you need to be, directly under the base of the hydrant. You're going to put some stone down, 6-8 inches of small stone, and that allows the water that's in this when you shut it off to drain out. On top of that stone, we'll set this a piece of flat block like this, just a paver block from somebody's patio we found laying around, and then this gets set on top of that. We'll put our black well line in, tighten it all up. Then we'll pour more stone and we'll bring it up over the top of this. And that gives just a reservoir of stone. So when you shut the valve off up here and the water drains down, it has somewhere to drain into in the ground. And that's what allows this to drain out and not freeze.
Okay.
So we slid our radiator clamps on there. Then we're going to take a torch. We're going to heat this a little bit. Just put a little bit of heat to it. Softens it. You want to move it a lot. You don't want to have it sitting in one spot. It'll weaken the pipe too much. So that's probably enough for that. Just drop it on the gravel right here.
Won't break?
No, go ahead. Just drop it. All right.
Nice.
So now, if I have that
Up there.
to push against, you pick it up till it's like there.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. That should do it. Yep.
And that's
Something good to push against.
I'm going to heat this up.
You know, Dad.
All right, so now I'm going to
Here we go. Typical moment.
hold it firm now.
Oh.
All right, standing up where it
Hold on one
blows.
second, Dad. Can you see it at all
Perfectly.
We're going to kink this pipe if you don't let me have it.
there? Okay.
All right, come back. All right, that went beautiful actually. I think we got it right where you wanted it.
Okay, we're good there?
Yeah, I got to tighten the clamps.
Yeah, tighten those clamps. That's great. This thing can be ready to go in and out. I mean,
Well, well, she might get splashed. It's smoking.
It's coming.
there you go.
We struck oil. Nice.
Wow. Look at that.
Look at the flow you have here.
Nice.
That's great.
Take a shower.
Oh, man.
Hey, I'll be able to rinse off my boots.
Homesteading this winter just got so much easier.
We celebrate with cheesecake.
I'll take a bite.
That's worth it.
Hopefully
great.
it won't turn on by itself.
Hydrants can bring water to a bucket that you then can give to your livestock, but that bucket will still freeze. Watch this video to see how to install an automatic frost-free livestock waterer.